Buttercup's got some pretty good digs these days. She is going to be the last giant snake that I can keep legally here at Kamp Kenan. This is actually one whole side of this shed that we're in. I wanted to show you guys just how big the Buttercup is and heavy. Oh my gosh. She is every bit of 13 feet, man. She's amazing. I love this enclosure. It has made my life so much easier and it's made her life so much better. We have foam insulation to keep it warm. I painted it. I carved some of it to make it look more naturalistic, like a cave. Now, some of you said this is too small, but as you can see, for a snake of her size, this is completely unacceptable. We have not seen Buttercup in quite some time, guys, so I thought, let's get in here, do a little maintenance, and respond to some of the comments I've seen about her enclosure. That's what we're doing today. Hope you like it. All right, everyone, I'm so glad you could join me inside Buttercup's cave. This is like the cavern of the albino Burmese python. At least that's what I was thinking when I built this enclosure. Right now, we're just cleaning up, but I wanted to check because we haven't seen Buttercup in a while. I'm gonna actually clean up in here. We're gonna pull her out. She's got some shed. There's some urates right here. These are urates. This is actually uric acid, and snakes don't pee. They secrete it when they defecate as a paste, and it dries up. I love this enclosure. It has made my life so much easier and it's made her life so much better. Look at her over here hanging out in her water ball. She loves it. She is 13 feet long. She's an albino Burmese python, and she is very much a prohibited species from Fish and Wildlife. You guys may have heard the story that there are wild Burmese pythons slithering around South Florida in the Everglades, and that's true. Most of those animals came from Hurricane Andrew and breeding facilities that Hurricane Andrew destroyed. Now we've got some Burmese pythons out there. Now, even though she's an albino, she is still regulated by Florida Fish and Wildlife to make sure that we don't get her out into the environment. Now, my buddy, hey, I gotta just show you his face right now. Yeah, he's a little concerned about this episode of Kamp Kenan. It's Matt's first time in with the princess. So I promise you, she's gonna be good, dude. You don't worry about nothing. Here, in fact, you can go over there. You go in front, thank you so much. Now, when working with a large boa or a large constrictor, she's a python, don't worry, I didn't screw up. Basically, you want to have another person around. It's always a better practice. This snake, even though she's my buddy, and I say that loosely, she's very capable of wrapping me up, not eating me, but she definitely could potentially kill me at her size. I've never had any issues with her though, so we're okay. I'm just doing a spot check. You can look around. Here's a little shed. You know, I'm just kind of cleaning. I can even bring the hose in here and wash it down, but I like to get, you know, some of the old, that's an old chicken neck right there. She's got, look at this enclosure. Now, what I wanted to do, I was saying, some of the comments I've been seeing on the channel were a lot of you guys, you like her cave, that's her little heated shelter. This is, of course, a platform on this side. We have foam insulation to keep it warm. I painted it. I carved some of it to make it look more naturalistic, like a cave. Like, for example, these were exposed beams, and I spray foamed them, then I cut them, and I painted them with different color textures and stuff like that to kind of give it that look of a cave. I really had a fun time making this enclosure because I knew it was going to be much better than what she used to live in. Now, some of you said this is too small. Which is okay. But let me show you where she lived. Come on over here, Matt. Don't worry about the giant snake to your left. Let me show you. I pulled this out so I can show you where she actually lived for a few years. See, what happened was Fish and Wildlife said these animals can no longer be kept outdoors. I had her in an outdoor enclosure many years ago. Once Fish and Wildlife made that rule, I made sure I really didn't have anything built. So I used this very large Vision cage. Vision makes fantastic products, but as you can see, for a snake of her size, this is completely unacceptable. I always hated it. She lived in this like really boring room in my warehouse. I always felt bad. And finally I got off my butt a couple years ago and I built this. Now, a lot of the times I'm facing this way. So maybe some of you have commented that this is too small, haven't actually seen that this actually is one whole, so don't you go dying on me now, buddy. He almost fell right on his keister. This is actually one whole side of this shed that we're in. So, you know, I think it's awesome. I'm very happy. In fact, let's get her and see if I can pull her out so we can all say hello to her. We haven't seen her in a while. I'm just gonna move now. I'm gonna move this. You stay where you are at the moment. I'm gonna go let her know that she's not getting fed. Come here, girl. Now I'm wearing the gloves because I didn't want to touch her poop, and not because I'm afraid of touching her, but I'm just going to keep the gloves on at the moment, and we're going to go ahead and see if she's in the mood to come out. Oh, come on, big girl. Come on, big girl. Oh my gosh, she is massive. That is a massive snake, everybody. Oh, come on, baby girl. And I think this is the video that might scare our friend Matt the most. I know it scares Tom when Tom comes down to film. Not a big fan of snakes, that Tom. Oh my gosh. But she's being fairly agreeable with me today, which is nice.
She's coming back towards you.
Oh, she is, yeah, that's okay. I'm pulling her out. Oh, come on, little one. I wanted to show you guys just how big the Buttercup is. Oh, and heavy. Oh my gosh. This is definitely a big snake, everyone. Oh, let's put her on up here. I actually do see her using, oh, let me catch my breath, Aaron. Yeah, you can go that way if you want, no problem. But here she is, a big, beautiful albino Burmese python. Now I want to get in here, I want to inspect her because this is what we do to make sure they're healthy, that there are no ectoparasites on her. Oh, this snake could wrestle me to the ground without much problem. Look at her. What do you guys think? Is she gorgeous or what? Oh my gosh. I will say, now that there are new rules with Florida Fish and Wildlife, she is a prohibited species, which means the public can't keep her. Obviously, our YouTube channel is commercial activity. We do education here. She's an educational ambassador, and Fish and Wildlife granted me a permit for this one snake and this one snake only. When she dies, I will not be able to replace her with another Burmese python. She is going to be the last giant snake that I can keep legally here at Kamp Kenan. And to be honest, for me, that's okay. I might get a boa constrictor down the road when she passes on, but she's a lot of work, you know. I mean, the fact that I can no longer bring her outside is a major, major issue for me. I used to bring her out to swim in the pond. I am not allowed to legally do that. And if I get caught doing that, I can get a heavy fine and have all my animals taken away. So I'm not gonna risk it, which is why I built this. She's got UVB lighting here. We've got heat lamps that come on. They're on a timer. We've got her water bowl, which has water that will drip out. If you look right under here, we've got a spigot that comes on in the middle of the night, and water will fill up the bowl, the little pond, go through that standpipe, which is down there, and drain out into the back. But look at her, she is every bit of 13 feet, man. She's amazing. I love this snake. Now, for those of you who don't know much about snakes, let's have a look at that face, okay? You see right above her top lip, just below her nostril, those two organs or holes are called pits, and those are her heat seekers. She's able to see warm-blooded prey over a thermal image that's decoded by her brain. She's also got that forked tongue that tells her what's going on, whether there's food or danger in the air, by reading the air with those chemicals. She's incredible, man. She is a finely tuned sensory organism. The eyes work very well. Her whole body is on the ground so she can feel vibrations with her whole body. She is completely in tune with her environment. She's an ambush predator. Now, her being an albino means in the wild, when she was a little one, she probably wouldn't have survived. She's what we would call a domesticated or designer snake. She's a morph. She was selectively bred years and years ago for that mutation of albinism. If she were in the wild, she would have got plucked off by some other predator before she got to this size. It's very rare that an albino animal will grow to full size. However, they have found, in fact, the first albino alligator was found in Louisiana in the wild many, many years ago. But they took it out and bred it, and now you can see albino alligators at many different zoos. And the same thing with snakes. As you guys know, ball pythons are highly variable species when they figure out what to do with those different genetics that these animals have. That aspect of keeping reptiles was never something I was totally into because in my opinion, sometimes the animals become more of like you're trading baseball cards or they become a collecting thing. And I love animals that are natural. Now, Buttercup came to me because Buttercup was being kept by a gentleman who was getting older and he could no longer care for her because of some health issues. So I agreed to take her on. I had the permit and I brought her here, and I did have her in that small enclosure, and I always hated it. As you can imagine, many of you have been watching the channel for a long, long time, and you've seen her in that small enclosure. So I just wanted to do a video on her, show off her new home. Some of you may have forgotten all about her and it, and I just wanted to make sure you guys knew Buttercup's got some pretty good digs these days. She's spending her twilight years, which could last another 15, in pure paradise, or rather luxury if you're a snake. She gets fed once every 2 weeks, 2 large chickens or a bunch of rats. We even have small hogs that are brought to me that I've fed her before, which is kind of cool. These are feral animals, the hogs, that I have friends that hunt that bring them to me. So yeah, she's amazing. I love her. She's a big part of the camp. I do lament, or I am sad, that I can no longer bring her out because just over there is a really cool pond that she loved swimming in. But again, not worth the drama from Florida Fish and Wildlife, so she stays in here, and that's where she will remain for the rest of her life. So there you have it, everybody. Buttercup, her home. We cleaned it, we played with her. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll tell you what, let me know if I can do anything better in this enclosure. What would you guys do to make her life better? I'd love to hear it. I enjoy interacting with you guys and getting some ideas from you, so let me know. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Give Matt a big thumbs up in the comments below. Also, he overcame a pretty big fear today, a fear in the shape of a 13-foot snake. See you guys later.